Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards, joined with some friends, a bunch of creative types from around Houston, around the country, where we try to recreate the feeling that you get when you leave a midnight movie of Labyrinth after having 6 very dirty, very heavy martinis at the Weird Swingers Lounge next door, and you just kind of stand around outside under the marquee, kind of boozily reminiscing about what the hell you just saw. Now, Labyrinth, to be clear, not a trash movie. The movies that we watch in this podcast, absolute garbage. Trash. This is a podcast where various creative types all pile onto a Zoom meeting and watch some of the worst movies in history, looking for the diamonds in the rough. I'm talking movies you've never heard of, I've never heard of, movies that exist on YouTube. Not that they're in the public domain, it's just nobody gives a shit. They're just up on YouTube. That's how bad these movies are. These are trash treasures. This is the kind of crap that makes you question your taste, your reality, your life choices, and then we do all the heavy lifting and we let you know if they're maybe worth your time. Granted, we're in various states of sobriety when we do this, so maybe take it with a grain of salt, but also that's probably the best way to watch these movies. So yeah. Oh, one note. When you hear this sound, that means that you are hearing a clip from the movie session that we recorded prior to the episode of the podcast. And then when you hear this sound, that means we're back to the podcast. Now, if you watch on YouTube, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Which reminds me, we do have a YouTube channel where you can watch all of these for free. It has a video element so you can see our faces, you can see the editing that's been done, and you can actually see the clips of the movies rather than just hear the audio of it. Cool. All right. Well, that's all I got for you, so enjoy the show.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. It is still Nin-January. Justin, are you okay?
Yeah, you said hi to us, so I said hi back. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Justin.
Hello, Adam.
Hi, Apocalypse Howl.
Hello, ladies.
I like this character.
Okay, that's new. That's good.
I'm trying to come up with a new catchphrase.
Oh man, that you should start
like
wrestling promos like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to shut this door.
Anyway, I'll say hello. Never mind. Okay, so for those of you listening on the audio version, Apocalypse Hal just got up with his gigantic ninja blade that he originally set down for the screening portion of the show, sheathed on his back like a ninja.
Yeah.
He was ninja around and it looked blurry on camera, so I thought that it was like a fluorescent light tube. I forgot he had the sword.
So for those of you not caught up, Justin is so high that he just thought that Apocalypse had a lightsaber ninja blade. So...
And for those of you
fluorescent
new,
light bulb.
Yeah. And for those of you new to the show, that was Joey Graham explaining things. So hi, Joey.
Hi, yeah, hi.
He tends to do that a lot.
And I am your host, Adam Edwards, not going to be railroaded by Joey this time.
We'll see. I'll get you.
The thing about that is Joey makes sure that it's not your choice.
Yeah. Kind of like some of the people in this movie. So this week we watched Ninja Death 2, 1987 out of Hong Kong. To be clear, we have not seen Ninja Death 1. And we don't plan to watch Ninja Death 3. But this is...
Bitches.
I will make this guarantee. I will never watch Ninja Death 1 in my life. So yeah. I'll die perhaps thinking about that on my deathbed, but you know.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to, because the first 10 minutes of this movie is a recap of Ninja Death 1. It doesn't tell you that it is, but it is. And it doesn't tell you when it ends.
Yeah, we didn't pick up on it immediately because it doesn't say anything about it, but within maybe 5 minutes? It went on for a while.
Yeah, and it just didn't make sense. It didn't feel like a recap. It felt like just a continuation of a scene that didn't finish.
Yeah, it felt like you woke up in the middle of a movie that was already playing, and yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
And spoiler, we threw on parts of Ninja Death 3 to try to make sense of the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
And that's how we found out that the first 20 minutes was a recap. Because it didn't.
We figured there's not even a title screen in this movie, which is kind of interesting. There's not a lot of movies that do that.
Well, it does the intro.
That's what I was saying. The intro is the same exact intro in Ninja Death 3, which we just threw on very briefly, just to kind of scan through. But yeah, it starts exactly the same footage, same everything. Although I did start Ninja Death 1, so I guess I've already lied. But it started off with a scene outside with a bunch of guys running into the forest with blades. It was not the people on a sick wall doing flips or whatever.
Yeah,
which was
the way this one starts is like a bunch of ninjas in front of like an orange wall just doing kick flips and like somersaults and shit like that. And then there's a guy in like a demon mask. And then a lady throwing stars, and there's a very, very sweaty chest.
Popping chest.
This fucking lens.
He's glistening.
I'm trying not to look into the lens. Rubber band sounds like he's stretching his muscles. They were so gross to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the demo portion of the film.
Yeah. It was awesome, honestly.
Yeah, it was a cool intro. It made you think the film was going to be more kind of maybe surreal or like breaking sort of like realism and doing like kind of its own weird theatrical thing throughout the film. But then, it never goes back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, it did feel like there were times where it felt like they were trying to add some mysticism to it or some magic or like some special powers to some of these people. And it was hard to tell if it was like bad special effects or if that's actually what they weren't trying to do. Does that make sense? Like there's a couple really confusing spots that it's hard to tell if it was just filmed bad or if it's intended to be something that just didn't show up right.
Well, what's an example of what you're talking about? Because I'm not following.
When the dad at the tree is holding both of the plumber ninjas, and as he's holding them, they start having flashbacks of training, and it felt very much like Neo getting a kung fu lesson uploaded into his brain.
Right.
Like subconsciously.
Okay. Yeah, but
it was hard to tell if it was just like bad editing that was actually just showing a flashback, or if it was bad special effects that didn't do a good job of showing that it was him telepathically teaching them.
Yeah, either way, it was bad.
Yeah. And then the other one was like when he was fighting on the cliff, and it seemed like he all of a sudden teleported and he was underwater. Like he was fighting them and then he just disappeared and he like popped up in the water.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of research after our movie last week, and there's this producer. I guess he did kind of everything, kind of dude. I believe his name is Godfrey Ho, and he was notorious for cutting up multiple films and had this bizarre editing style of just like just the cool parts kind of thing. Didn't care much for story or anything. It was just like slap it together. If it even vaguely makes sense, it's fine. I think he edited the movie last week. I'm not positive, but his name was in the credits from the movie last week. So he had a style, and it was definitely cheap and fast. So it's perfectly plausible and probably in both ways. Probably even if you asked this guy, he would say it was, yeah, it's whatever you think.
Yeah, it was magic.
Yeah, it's magic. Or, you know, he imputed a whole training session just sitting there to him. Yeah, that's what I meant. But, you know, it could have been two different movies, or, you know, they just maybe shot a lot for this movie and this didn't really, maybe it was multiple stories and they just slapped it all together. I don't know.
It's amazing to me how long some of the fight scenes are. Because, I mean, there's no context to a lot of the fight scenes, and next thing you know, you're just in a kung fu battle in a ninja movie. But it's not like they have crappy martial artists on set doing it. It's like they sat there and planned out these fight scenes, and they just keep going and going and going.
Can you, because I'm stupid and maybe other people are too, can you just say, you said something there as if it was weird, like suddenly we're in a kung fu scene in a ninja movie. I think that's what you said.
Yeah. Kung Fu is Chinese. And
Kung Fu is Chinese.
Ninjutsu is Japan.
So
they're different fighting styles completely.
So ninjutsu itself that's it for ninjas, or is being a ninja something else specific? Like you're the best at ninjutsu?
No, well, yeah, no, okay, so yeah, there is like a belt system or a sash system. So but ninjas are like assassins.
If you know ninjutsu, does that make you a ninja? I think is what Joey's asking.
Yeah, that's
like if you learn ninjutsu, does that make you a ninja?
I wouldn't. I mean, I think like Blackwater is probably a modern ninja. You know, they're mercenaries.
Oh, I got you.
And you
can know ninjutsu, but if you decide to take on the job of murdering people,
yeah, you're an assassin. Ninja? Yeah, you're an assassin.
Like,
so like
mercenary ninjas.
There were samurais, and the samurais were the soldiers, and then there were Ronin samurais, which were the soldiers that were disenfranchised, and then ninjas who were like paid gig dudes.
Okay,
but ninjas also, samurai soldiers didn't typically know like martial arts; they just sword fought, right?
So ninja assassins is sort of redundant, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Ninjas.
So like a real ninja blade was never like really strong.
Because they weren't meant for sword fighting. They were meant to assassinate someone.
They'll jump out of a tree and slit your throat.
Yeah, they were like, super fine, super sharp, but not very durable.
They're not going to sit there and their goal is not to sit there and sword fight with you.
Right.
The samurai was trained like that.
So ninjutsu, can you just go to a ninjutsu class like anywhere?
No.
Okay, so it's like a special thing.
They don't teach ninjutsu. Is that what you're saying?
No, you can find ninjutsu classes. They're just not real prevalent. And then you've got a lot of like, you know, that 80s, 90s fake martial artist guy that ran a school back when nobody. There's a lot of that in that art. So I don't think you're gonna like just walk up on a ninja school and then you just by chance happened upon the best one. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I've never seen a ninja school. Like,
well, that defeats the whole point.
Joey, Google best ninja schools in Houston.
Like, if you can find the ninja school on Google, it's not a good ninja school.
Yeah,
so it has to be secret because best ninja school. Houston.
I think the art of ninjutsu progressed to what we think of as like special forces.
Okay. Or is the best ninja school really the one that is advertising all over the place and you walk in and you're like, this is a fucking joke. But as soon as you get past that facade, he's like, coming back.
Ivan's the teacher.
The best ninja school's in your heart.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah,
Justin.
Friends we made along the way.
Justin, make a sequel to Dickhead about Ivan being a ninjutsu teacher.
Justin, make Dickhead.
Oh, God. So, yeah, just finish Dickhead. Okay, so our conversation so far, I feel like is reflective of the film,
Yeah.
which starts kind of on track as a movie and then quickly devolves into so many plots and subplots and weird things that you just kind of lose interest generally.
Yeah, we said last week's movie it felt like several movies put together, and this was I don't even know how to describe the level of
this
confusion
one-
that this
It's
is.
kind of boring, I think is.
Let me take a crack
Yeah, it's
at
boring and it's confusing somehow, both.
Yeah.
So I'm not actually gonna take a crack at it, but like if I look on the description, okay, so Ninja Death 1 was our main character is Tiger, and
Yes.
I thought he was some sort of royalty because he's got servants and stuff. But
Oh, yeah, they keep calling him Master. in
yeah,
the
and he
movie.
gets tired of it. He doesn't know why. So I thought he was just some, like separated at birth. But it did. None of it makes sense.
Oh, I
So-
just thought he was a guy off the street who didn't think he deserved to have servants.
So you're more correct because Ninja Death 1 says Tiger is the owner of a brothel who moonlights as a kung fu artist under the watchful eye of his master. They run into serious trouble when ninjas inexplicably show up and jeopardize Tiger's prostitution ring.
What?
There were prostitutes.
So that's
in this
Ninja
movie?
Death 1.
Wait, Tiger
okay.
is
The
the,
one
the
we
main
watched
character in this
tonight,
one.
Yes.
the one we watched tonight says the second part of Ninja Death, a young martial artist named Tiger is in training and is being stalked by an evil ninja. That's the ninja with his mask, who we were also informed was his dad. However, his master is killed, and young Tiger continues to study the ways under various masters. So we did witness that.
That wasn't his dad.
So
I think
I
what
could've
we got
sworn that-
revealed to us at the very end of the movie is there's two guys in masks, and the one that's been hunting him.
Well, maybe this will clear it up because part 3's description says part 3, the big battle, the blind fortune teller and his crew, Tiger and the Japanese brother and sister prepare to battle the Grandmaster, Devil Mask, and the Infinite Ninjas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
Devil Mask is the one who is actually hunting him, but then, like in that third act, they kind of tried to make it seem like his dad was Devil Mask.
Well, his dad is controlled by Grandmaster playing the flute.
Right.
No. The guy who showed up when he was playing the flute was Devil Mask at the very end. The guy who spins really fast. I'm guessing that's Devil Mask because his dad was already there with his long gray hair.
Wait, I
He
thought
wasn't
that
wearing
the
a
guy
red
that
hood.
spins was just the guy in the demo thing.
No,
Was he actually
he
in the
spun
movie?
again. He spun
I
at the very
assume
end.
everyone was in it.
Like the last frame of the movie was revealing the other guy with the mask, and that was the spinny guy.
Okay. I thought that when he spun and then you're talking about the freeze frame at the end?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
spinny guy because he spun out at the end and then it froze.
Yeah, but I thought that he like spun and froze in front of an orange background like it was like a bookend of the
No.
demo thing.
He was calling
Oh,
him with
that's
the
pretty
flute, and he
clever.
jumped out into the scene. So it was like revealing that he's in this movie, and
Got it.
that freeze frame is like a cliffhanger for the next movie.
Regardless, it's
I think
confusing and boring.
It's boring. We spent like I'll be very honest, we spent most of this movie talking about other things.
Imagine any other actor playing any other role in that movie.
No.
Right. Oh, come on.
Except maybe what's his name?
The Rock could have been in it.
No, he couldn't have. He would have been the
Will
absolute
Smith.
wrong tone.
John Leguizamo could have been Cypher.
Act now. Bring him back
No.
before noon.
Yeah.
No. John Leguizamo needs to
That
be
would have
a
been
redeeming
fine.
It's
character.
almost daytime.
He's like the same
It's just
person,
different.
man.
Like heads
it's,
off.
heads off. Yeah.
Heads off to you.
I don't even know how to classify heads off.
Very
Hey,
grizzly
how about we
violent.
don't talk about it publicly?
Yeah, heads off
Oh,
TM,
yeah.
TM, TM, TM.
Okay.
We're not
Jeez,
TM,
guys, this is absolutely copyrighted.
We can't give everyone
Cut
our
that, cut
ideas.
that, cut that,
Cut
cut
that,
that,
cut
cut
that,
that,
cut
cut
that,
that, cut that.
We've been listening to the It's Always Sunny podcast where they will say something vaguely vile, or not vile, but
Like racist or sexist or something.
right, something worthy of being canceled. I think is the thing. They're like, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that.
Yeah.
But the great part is
funny.
it's all in jest. So it's, the whole thing.
Well, you can say anything you want and then make it, and then say cut that, and then it's a joke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut that, cut that, cut that.
See how comedy works? It's definitely.
Anyway, yeah, this movie is not good. I don't know where do we have any questions? Because I'm out of shit on this.
Yeah, I'm
I
completely
mean,
lost.
the questions don't really work because we've already answered do we like it? No. not
Nobody,
really.
nobody liked it. I don't think.
Would we remake it? We did talk briefly about taking it and writing a different script and dubbing it ourselves because the dub job on this movie is awful.
I feel like we could have done a better job of dubbing this,
Probably.
or making up the script.
We should. That should be
I
the
don't-
next
What a grand
phase of the monster
His
closet.
kung fu is really something.
We should make our
I don't
own
practice
foreign
the royal
movie
style well.
Heads off.
and
I
then
don't
dub
even
it
think
to
about
English.
revenge. I'm afraid my little life.
Heads off. The
will be
movie
taken away
about
by him
the
someday.
bird that gets reincarnated as a human.
It was inspiring for other things, I think, because I wrote down two other things in addition to that idea. I was like, because there was a mask guy running around like a maniac, and somebody was cracking. It was like, it's like The Mask, except ninjas, and we were like, that's actually a good idea. It's like they could reboot The Mask with a martial artist, and then that would be pretty fucking cool. Honestly, I would watch that movie probably. Imagine if a younger Jackie Chan, or even a Jackie Chan around the same time Jim Carrey put out The Mask. They were like, let's just have Jackie Chan pick up The Mask. I would be like, holy fuck, that'd be amazing. I'd totally watch that as a kid at least.
Wait,
is
that the premise of the movie The Tuxedo?
God, maybe. I've never seen it, honestly.
I haven't either, but I think that's the premise of the movie The Tuxedo.
I wasn't paying
Is
attention to y'all.
the
What were you
tuxedo
saying?
the mask?
I think
thought
the
that-
tuxedo makes him fight.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think it changes his personality and stuff.
No, but
but
it makes
if
him
you-
look good.
It's like Upgrade, but a tuxedo.
Right. God, how racist would it probably be, though? He puts on that mask and it gets all Chinese dragon mask, and then he starts spouting off things, and it's all broken. Or
That would be
bad,
the worst.
bad dubs and stuff. I'm saying if people did this in 1995, say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be probably bad. Nobody would be embarrassed about it.
This guy wrote a lot of movies.
Is this Godfrey Ho? Or who's this?
This is Joseph Koo.
Okay.
Kyo. I don't know how to say that. Kyo. Maybe it's Kyo. But yeah, he wrote 39 movies.
We're
Quite a
talking
few.
about.
I don't know if it's the most or even probably.
I bet writing his movies are then Devil Mask shows up. Tiger says his catchphrase, cut to, and then it's just fight scene. And then you go on to the next scene and you don't even
Right. Yeah, the script is probably 20 pages, 15 pages.
25 pages.
And then it's fill in with fights and what else is this movie? What is
Facial
what is in this
expressions,
movie? I don't know.
Exasperation, weird,
God, there's-
long scenes of
There's
weird,
not even-
unrealistic emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even in like a weird repetitive kind of thing that would make this movie bizarre. It's always changing, but it's always boring.
Yeah. You know what? This movie would really lend itself to being a Kung Pao sequel.
Yeah,
if they
that's what I
took this
was
movie and
getting at.
did that kind of remake of it, it would. It's just weird enough visually and how it's tied together to.
This
to
is like
work
the
for something like that.
This is the type of movie that fills in the gaps for people as far as what they think of these kind of movies. I was like, it seems so stereotypical because the dubbing is like way bad, way off.
Hey, you. I only came here to lead the way for $5. I didn't know that I had to go through all of this trouble. I have to increase my fee now.
Very well. Fujiko, kill him.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's really basic. The scenery is always just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it's shot off the Guadalupe.
Yeah, it looks like the Guadalupe River. Maybe 20. It's like 20 acres somewhere in the middle of Hong Kong, perhaps, or outside of Hong Kong, I guess.
Like they had the same location as Teeth.
Teeth. That Vagina Dentata movie that they shot in Austin.
Yeah. There's like so many shots in that movie that are just off of one of the rivers that we float down. And it's like, I feel like this movie was just filmed on one of those rivers.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of river. The other idea I was joking about was Landlord Ninjas, which
yeah,
which I think would be kind of a good movie too.
Anyway, scratch that.
Yeah, cut that.
No, Landlord Ninjas. The landlords are coming to kill you, and then you have to fight back. Because that's what's happening in this movie, I think, and maybe the other one too, to some degree. It's like the ninjas in these Hong Kong ninja movies are like an exterior force that are coming to kill them, right? And it's not so much about the ninjas; it's about the ninja threat.
Right.
Yeah. Which, may have something to do with whatever kind of societal country stuff was going on. But we've figured out that we don't know shit about Asian history. And we were like, oh, fucking Britain owned Hong Kong? What the fuck? Oh, that ended in the 90s? Crazy.
You were the only one that didn't know that, Joey. We all knew that.
Don't pose.
No.
But
I kind of knew it. I don't know why. I'd read something about it, but
I know. So I've forgotten more than y'all know.
Okay, Morpheus.
Amazing. Thanks. Anyway, Landlord Ninjas. So,
yeah.
I think it can be cool.
Yeah. So
ninjas coming to get your rent is the basic.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But moving on.
But yeah, so Ninja
Yeah,
Death
they're
2.
like the knee breakers.
Yeah, they're like
Or
the
gangsters.
mob
The
enforcers. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what to ask or like where to go from here because like the bees, there was some blood.
Blades, blood.
There's no boobs, but there are 5 greasy chest shots.
Yes. And there's one butt.
I made note of.
There's one butt. There's no boardroom.
No boardroom.
No boardroom. They're all outside the whole time, except for
There's a lot of room for boards.
No butts or no boats. Sorry.
No, there were no boats.
No.
Wait, was there not
boats.
any boats?
No.
Not that I remember.
There's an old guy in
Like they were
glasses
by
that
the
rides
creek
around.
and
There was a blind guy.
Blind guy, yeah.
Come on, hurry up. Master, you're heavy.
I hate
wanna
how
take a
sexual
break.
this feels.
Hey, how come we out of spirit so soon?
This is pretty remarkable. This feels sexual.
Going.
To
Yeah,
you.
I didn't get a sexual vibe from this.
What is that? Look, there's someone there.
Now it's sexual.
Maybe just a hunter.
Because he has a
I
cane.
don't think so.
Well, he was like,
It looks like
they were grinding around. He was like, don't stop now.
He rides this guy's shoulders for 10 miles, apparently.
10 miles.
This dude like Hodor's this
He's getting
blind guy.
piggybacked. Half the
Could you
movie.
imagine that?
No. Because it
Every
wouldn't
time.
last. I couldn't do that with like...
I couldn't do it for 10 feet. Like,
Yeah, with I'm trying to think of how far I could go with like my 7-month-old son on my shoulders. But
Justin-
not that far.
He's not even just making you carry him. he's grinding on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this guy's constantly having to shift his position because the old man's like grinding his hips into his shoulders and spanking his ass for some odd reason.
Are we there yet? And he's like just shaking.
Okay, yeah.
It's a problem.
There's not much to say about this. I can just go through my notes if you want, and we can just do it like that. These are normally like kind of leftover things that I'll say shout out to, but this is, I mean, it's all we got really. I'll just run through them real fast. Fucking in front of kids, like there's like a stepdad that fucks his wife who has other children from a previous marriage. It's seemingly very happy.
They were in like saucers.
Yeah,
Is he,
but
like,
she
bang-
poured it out
wait.
of like a sake carafe.
This
Is
is
he gonna
weird.
fuck her in front of his
Okay,
kids?
so pretty
What is-
much their stepdad's an asshole.
Right in front of him at the dinner table. It's not gratuitous. Like I guess he's just making out with her, but it's implied. That was fun.
Wait, hang on. To go along with that, that was the introduction of the Plum Ninjas,
Yes,
and that was the two kids. Then we saw a long fight scene, a long training montage of them, and never saw the characters again. And then we were watching a new movie. It was fucking weird.
Yeah,
It's a bad movie, y'all. It's a bad movie.
yeah. The while they're saying they have these plum tattoos, these three guys, but then it's not even about these guys. I don't know. This
No,
movie's,
yeah, it's like
really fucking
they
bad.
set them up as the main characters, and then they don't show them again.
Is it the same guys? I'd have to see them again. I was talking about. I feel racist watching these movies, but because I can't tell like people apart. But I think it's just because the movie's so bad.
Well, they're also all wearing like very similar, really bad wigs, too.
In the same
Like
outfits.
literally everything is.
Yeah. They introduced that one guy has like the Luigi.
He's wearing
hat.
like suspenders and a hat.
Yeah, he's flame throwing Luigi.
This monologue is plumb ridiculous.
Kill your parents. Did not obey.
Somebody killed his parents.
Kill your parents?
Decided to leave him.
Wait, so
left
you
Japan.
think that guy is one of the little kids that was
Who
having
knows?
his mom railed in front of him?
Thing
Yes.
go right.
I think so.
And
It's like-
they have plum tattoos, so we were like, okay, they're plumbers. We get it. And then that guy never puts on that hat again, and I'm like, I don't know what he looks like without a hat. That was his defining feature. And he's
Well,
gone.
that
He's
and
gone
his
forever.
suspenders that he kept like flicking
Right, he
around
could've
like a grandpa.
He could have at least kept the suspenders, because I was like, is that the guy that we're with this whole movie
That's
now?
now shirtless.
Did you think that was the same guy?
I
think
didn't
it
at first. His
was,
hair looked
but-
longer and then looked shorter when he was in
Yeah.
the fight scenes.
He
But if
looked
that's him,
different the whole time.
where is his brother?
I don't know.
Maybe he's in Death Ninja 3 or Ninja Death 3. I don't know.
Because one of them,
We'll
one of
never
them-
find out.
the brother's the one that's supposed to have the birthmark on his chest that they never
They never go
reference
back to that.
again. Like what?
Yeah.
It was like a plot point.
There's a birthmark on his chest? I didn't
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like
he
that
has-
shot
Yeah,
of the
that
baby
plum
with
flower.
like the red plum.
It's the same thing they all had
Oh.
tattooed on them, but he also
but
had
then
one
they
on his
don't
chest.
never go back to it again. It's okay.
Like you would think he would be the brother that you follow for the rest of the movie, but it's not.
I don't know. I got cool slide trash bag guy.
Oh yeah, that was the first bag.
Somebody.
Oh, whenever he, yeah, that was great.
So that brings up a point: is like, how was the action in this movie? It's like, it's fine, it's serviceable. I don't know. Was it anything special?
No.
No.
It seemed like I liked the last movie we watched was like half softcore porn, and I felt like had better fight scenes.
The thing about the last week's movie, like the fight scenes felt real, like it was real, like fighters. This one felt like that, like it looked like this one they knew the art, but it felt like stage fighting. It felt very planned and just not like realistic.
These sound effects are choice.
Yeah, this is like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish Irene was here to It's to figure out what she would.
Holy
she
shit!
rated,
Yeah.
She rated that one a 1. I'm like, what the fuck would you give this one? A negative?
This would be like
something?
the perfect way to be like, no, this is bad fighting. This
This would be the point. We'd be like, this is bad. What we watched last week was pretty fucking good. This is garbage.
Last week's was actually fun.
yeah.
It was chaos, but it was more fun. This one was just, I feel like it was made for TV, where you've got like a TV show that is. I feel like there's probably more than just these three.
Maybe that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, because they did like what seems like a TV show intro for all three of them, and then
That's a fair point.
Continued and recapped them after that. So like, they could have been like Sherlock Holmes style things.
Yeah.
If there had been titles over any of that stuff, I'd agree. But there's like no titles in this whole.
Maybe they pulled the titles out.
There's so much going on, and there's so many different characters that it could very easily be written into like, this was just like, maybe we just watched a bunch of episodes strung together.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far fetched because there is an actual other thing, like a pilot on this 10 movie pack that features Demi Moore. So it's not above them to put in a TV show. And also, the way that they were doing all these Hong Kong movies and shit and whatever in the 80s was real shady shit. You know, it was like. There's like, I mean, the way they probably made this movie was shady. It was just like, we'll steal some footage from those guys and slap that together. I'll give you $500 for this shit. Here's a bag of cocaine for this fight scene. Cool, thanks. You know, and just cobble it all together and send it to New York. Someone dubs it over and put it in the fucking grindhouses in there. Make a few $1,000. It was probably like a real wild time. Which, you know, that's cool. But us watching it now on this disc is.
Well, I've got nothing else really to say about it.
Yeah, I got bad bald wig.
Yeah.
That was interesting. There seemed to be there's a lot of rapiness in this that's not good or
not a lot, but there's some. There's like
some.
2 or 3.
There's more than one.
There's more than one, and that's too much for this movie that has nothing else going on and just shoving this kind of rapey characters.
And they double it down like in 2 different places. Like, it was a different company that dubbed it, but not only was it kind of rapey, it was also super racist by a completely different company doing the American voiceovers.
I don't think that's...
It was just like double bad. It was so bad. I don't think
that's necessarily super racist as much as it's just bad. I think you've got people who don't know the language sitting there being paid to dub over something, and then I don't think they're coming from the angle of trying to be racist. I think they're coming from the angle of
doing Asian inflections.
Yeah, I think Justin's talking about the actors, not the translators.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the white American actors that are doing Asian voices. Is just fucking awful.
Yeah, like specifically the voice of the blind guy is like kind of out of place.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
I mean,
it feels like this is why like stereotypes develop.
It's 1987. I'm not going to excuse it, but that's context, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it boils down to it wasn't that big of a deal at the time.
Right.
And it was way cheaper to hire 2 or 3 people to do all the voices for this. And that's just what they did. And they probably weren't the best. And no one, even if they were good, it's like no one was questioning it at the time. And they were like, is this wrong?
Now, if we get the guy who did the dubs on and he's like, oh yeah, I fucking hate Asian people.
Right, that's gonna blow everything.
Okay, that's fair.
Blow our whole theory here.
I don't know that
in reflection, it seemed Yeah, it doesn't seem great, but yeah, it's probably lack of money, lack of time, and someone just getting a job done because they had to get a job done.
And it's inconsiderate. I'm not disagreeing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
it can be all of those things.
Yeah,
it can
absolutely.
be all the things. I just imagine he gets like they okay, so they got this film and it's got Asian people talking. There's no one to translate it. They just send like a vague script that has a few lines that maybe kind of make sense. And, it's back in the day. So it's like you're working with film on it, like playing on a thing while you're doing the voiceover. And you're just like, this doesn't match up at all. What should I make? Should I just make something up here? And they're like, yeah, whatever. And they're just smoking cigarettes and like just drinking. And they're just like, yeah, just do whatever. It's fine. And then you get, you just don't get a lot of quality out of it, but no one gave a fuck.
There was no quality to it.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to make a buck on this guy.
I don't think the fight choreography was bad. I just don't think it was compelling.
Yeah, and there's a couple of times that you'll see like people punching or kicking and they're missing entirely. Like they're just completely whiffing.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I did like the guy with the weird flesh mask or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that guy was, but he needs his own movie. It's like a weird mask, right?
Yeah. It's just like
I think it's what they had on the
flesh
pillow.
mask. Honestly, that's a good mask for a horror movie. Just like a real bland, smooth flesh mask.
Isn't that just the Michael Myers mask?
As a horror character, like Ninja, that's another movie inspired from this screening. Is like a horror slasher, a slasher ninja, which I don't know if that exists in the horror realm. So a lot of is there any martial art horror movies?
Yes.
Probably got to be, right?
Yes.
I know there's all the J horrors. There's bound to be one.
There's a really good one called Heads Off.
I can't talk about that. Too much information.
Anyways, I'm done talking about this racist piece of shit.
So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and move on to the rating. Out of 5 bags, how many bags of trash would you give it, Apocalypse?
1, 2, somewhere in there. I mean, I guess I commend them for having a story that's really convoluted and trying to make it work. It didn't work, but I commend them for trying. Whereas I think last week's movie, although it was better, there was no coherency to it at all. They were at least trying to go for a coherent plot as Rube Goldberg as it was.
So 1 or 2?
1.
Now keep in mind, we were watching the second one, so there's a lot of plot that we didn't understand.
But as a
Doesn't
standalone film.
Yeah, as a standalone film. We're not the Academy Awards giving Return of the King an Oscar for Best Picture for the entire catalog of Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. We're some guys watching the middle movie of a 3-part series that they shot all in 1 year and put out all in 1 year, supposedly. Yeah. I think the dates I think all the years are on this.
So JP,
87,
as its
87, 87. Yes.
There you go.
All 3
all in
came
1
out
year.
1 year. Amazing.
As a standalone film, how many bags of trash do you give Ninja Death 2?
I'm giving it. It was bad. I'm gonna give it a half bag of trash.
One half. Okay. Wow.
All right. Why is that bag of trash half?
Someone.
Because someone filled it halfway with good content and it didn't get put together right.
No, I mean, what happened to this metaphorical trash bag?
Mike needs to know the metaphor. He makes up the stories.
It wasn't raccoons this time.
This time it was
hogs, and they opened up and rooted through it. So then I had to go fill it back up into a new bag. So I guess technically it's a bag and a half because there's a half bag inside another bag. Fuck.
They got all the organic material out and then realized that you didn't recycle half the bag
Anything-
was just like cardboard, fresh cardboard that you could have put in a recycling bin.
Sure.
Anything.
So then I had to go back up
carbon
and bag
is
that up,
organic.
and so there was only about a half bag left of trash. The hogs, they were long gone before I got out there. There was nothing I could do. It
Okay.
was unfortunate.
Gonna have to shoot one.
Like we did by that monster we shot.
Those
Joey,
pesky little
how many
pigs.
bags?
Gosh, yeah. Man, I wanted to like this more, but it's pretty bad. I'll go with one bag of trash.
One bag. All right.
Adam?
One full barrel chest bag. of
Yeah.
trash.
I'm going to give it one bag, and
Alright.
it's going to be the bag that was carrying the baby in that.
Oh fuck!
Oh, yeah. We did a flip
Wait,
off
that
the
one
mountain.
is not the bag that got kicked across the floor with a guy in it.
No, it's the bag carrying the baby as the
Okay.
guy was like
Yes,
fighting with
the
his
bag of
katana.
intestines. It's like a
Yes.
kind of vaguely red bag. Look, and it kind of in the way that it moves initially, it looks like it's filled with guts. And he's just carrying guts around, and then you find out it's a baby, and it's like, oh, that's awkward. Anyway, this is a bad movie. I don't recommend you watch it, to be honest.
No. Skip this one. Skip this one, and then tune in next time for Ninja 3, The Domination, where we are going to watch finally a Shokasugi movie.
Oh,
So
is
if you haven't
Shokasugi
caught
in
on,
that?
what we are doing is last week we watched the first movie of a different trilogy. This week we're watching movie 2 from another trilogy, and next week we're watching the third movie from an even different trilogy. And to us, that's the new trilogy.
Wait,
the
are you
trash
saying? Are you
Trash
saying
trilogy.
if there's
So-
if there's another City Ninja,
No,
I
I
want
like
to watch it, but I don't think there is.
I like Justin's thought here that a trash trilogy, for us to have a trash trilogy, we have to watch 3 movies from different series where we watch 1, 2, then 3.
I really like that.
Yeah,
So we should watch like
that's not a bad
Leprechaun 3 or something next.
No, it would be another kung fu movie, but just from a different kung fu series.
Well, Ninja 3.
So, like, yeah, Leprechaun 3 would have to be like Jason X you know,
Yeah.
it'd be 3 different
Yeah.
horror series.
So I think feel free to cut this out if it needs
Yes, please
to be
cut what I
editing or
just said
whatever.
out.
But no, next month is 2. There's going to be a day, the 2nd of February. It'll be 2/2/22. So I feel like if you wanted to, we could seek out just the second movie of a lot of various shitty film series that we haven't seen, and we could just all watch the sequel to something. Not a bad idea.
I like
Yeah.
Maybe we'll think about it. We might need a break from themes.
that. Yeah.
But not Robert theme. I could never have a break from him.
Cut that.
But yeah, okay, so Ninja Death 2, we average 0.875 bags of trash.
We'll have a 0.875 bag of trash films.
Even with my
absolutely
half bag
skip
of
this
trash,
movie.
I still think I enjoyed it more than Irene enjoyed the movie last week.
I think you did.
Probably, yeah.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the ability to skip this movie, skip this movie.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you would watch it. Just to be a completist about
Maybe.
Godfrey Ho films, but you're a fucking psychopath if that's your thing.
That's your thing.
Please don't let that be your thing.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I'm a
Hey, that's my
Godfrey
thing.
Ho
I'm pleading.
completist. I think the motherfucker has like 100 or 200 films like that he produced.
God.
It's wild. It's a lot.
Jason Mersiglio was catching up on him. So I guess before we wrap up, does anybody have any final thoughts? Nothing.
No, I don't.
I liked the quote. All these are good feelings, as the guy was getting knuckled in like various parts of his body,
As he was being molested.
basically. And then
I liked when the blind guy said, "Oh shit."
oh yeah, oh shit.
When
Very
it's all his
American
dead bodies.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the
Doesn't
blind
know.
guy saw all the dead bodies. Yeah, that was a weird thing.
I think we're gonna reach the 10 milestone soon. Oh shit!
I forget that he's
Oh, shit.
Is that the only cursing in this?
Oh shit! Now it's gonna be rated R.
Oh shit.
He's run
I like
10
these.
miles with the blind guy on his shoulder.
Did you see his chest? He can handle it. Yes, a blind guy saying, "Oh shit, here comes something." Can't see shit. Obviously, he's blind.
It was his sonar.
And then the last thing I'll say is, Master, I made a chicken for you. That's
My God, that
Chicken
was
more.
so good. He ate the shit out of that chicken. Dude.
Master, I made a
then-
chicken for you.
Oh, thanks.
It was under Imperial.
Yeah, that was good.
He was fucking ravenous. I was a big fan of the oil.
Yeah,
There
so
was
if,
oddly a lot of oily chested men in this movie.
and oily chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
chicken.
in the movie, to explain that really briefly, if you're listening, there's a woman, like, she have a chicken on a stick, and she just like slides it over to this man.
I think she
No,
like
she,
kicks
like-
it, doesn't she?
Just like kicks it on a
She
stick.
she
It's on a
has
stick.
it in a. She pulls it out of a like I don't know. It's like it looks like a chicken sheath or something.
chicken sheath.
And then there's chicken on a stick, and then she hands it to him. Like she serves it to him, and then she leaves.
Yeah,
And he takes it from her, and
And he just
destroys
eats
it.
that whole. Yeah, he destroys that chicken and doesn't share at all.
No,
Yeah, that was good.
It's his world.
Yeah, there's a few good things. It's that way. It's it's 1 out of 5
Yeah.
for those few good things.
Yeah. All right. Well, give us a follow on Instagram, Trash Movie Kings, trashmoviekings.com, Twitter, Trash Movie Kings, Anchor.fm, Spotify, all that good stuff. If you have any thoughts, concerns, suggestions, trashmoviekings@gmail.com. And we will see you next time.